Hello there, Trevor here from Double Bill Movies. Well, it's been a while since I've done any kind of video other than, a 39 episode or a haul, or the last big video I did was the one on the anniversary of Auschwitz, the liberation of Auschwitz. And I have been working my way through all those films that I said I would, but there's obviously a lot to watch, so I'm still going. And tonight's film will be Denial. Anyway, so today's video is something a little bit different for me. I've not really done this before, but I thought it'd be quite a good thing to do. So I've compiled 10 films that are very simple concepts but are very well executed. So they're not boring films. So the criteria is that they don't necessarily have to take place in a single location, but most of them do. But the last but one is what sort of spurred me on with this idea. Was it's a very, very simple concept, but I thought it was very well executed. So yeah, most of them are sort of single location films. They're not in any sort of top 10 order or anything. I'm just going to show you them in alphabetical order. And they're films that I have in my collection. So let's get started, shall we? Right, well, this is actually a sequel to a brilliant horror film, and it sort of sets up another film. There is a third one, but can't remember what it's called, and I haven't actually seen it yet. But anyway, this one is set in like a bunker, and it's pretty much the only place that we see. There's 5 or 6 characters, and it is 10 Cloverfield Lane. So really straightforward concept, vastly different to Cloverfield, but yeah, you just follow these characters, and it gets a little bit scary now and again, because you're like, what's John Goodman's character going to do? Is he good? Is he bad? And that sort of thing. So, yes. Anyway, so that's the first one, 10 Cloverfield Lane. And that is from 2016. Now, this is a DVD that I picked up in a charity shop recently. I think I was on holiday. I tend to do that quite a bit, go on holiday and just wandering around the charity shops, and you see some good films to pick up. This is DVD. I think there might be a Blu-ray, but it is a film called The Cage. So basically, this woman spends the entire film locked in this cage. And you might think, that's a bit boring. Actually, there was a very, very cool, to me anyway, a very, very cool aspect of the film. So the guy who kidnapped her, he was flying about here, there and everywhere, and he got to the point where he was promised he was going to let her go, and let her go back to normal. He wasn't planning on sort of hurting her or anything like that, but he did keep her for a week, a few weeks, whatever it was. But the funny thing was, something happened to him. Do I give it away? No, I won't give it away. But something happened to him, and I thought it was quite a cool sort of twist or take on this kind of film. But yes, that's The Cage, and that is from 2017. Let me know if you've seen it. Okay, so we've got a World War II film here. Oh, didn't actually get a year. I can't remember what the year this is. I've written the others down. So the concept of this film is we see the silhouette of 2 planes sort of kind of dogfighting, I suppose, over the snowy mountains, and then we hear a crash. So that's a way of not having to do too much CG or anything, and so the silhouette's very simple, tells you all you need to know about what's going on. And then we go from the crashed plane to a hut right in the middle of the mountain. But it is the concept is you get the British crew and the German crew, the ones that actually shot them down. They end up in the same place and they have to survive, and they have to kind of be friends, but they don't want to be friends because they're enemies. It is called Cross of Honor. It's also known as Into the White. So if you've heard of, and it's Rupert Grint, obviously from Harry Potter fame. He plays a really cool character in this. It was really good to see him doing something completely different from Harry Potter. But so yeah, just a very simple film. It's only 2.0 audio, but hey, that doesn't matter. It doesn't need to be anything too spectacular, because it's just a bunch of men in a wooden hut in a snowy mountain. But yes, there you go. Cross of Honor. Okay, so now we go to a Michael Night Shyamalan film, and this takes place in basically a single location within a building. We do see a bit more of the building and the security guards that are watching over them, but yes, this is a very cool film, and it's called Devil, and it just takes place in a lift. All sorts of things keep going on. People keep getting hurt in the lift and they don't know why. You know, the lights keep going off, the power's not very good, and that sort of thing. I do recommend this one if you haven't seen it. I won't bother going into what sort of twist there is or anything. Just watch it and find out for yourself. But there we go. This is a well executed film for a very simple concept, and that's Devil. Now we've got an early Steven Spielberg film, and I do have this on 4K, but I wanted to show this edition because it's the first edition I got. But yes, it's kind of Jaws but on the road, if you see what I mean. And it is Duel. Yes, so very, very simple concept. This gentleman here gets in his car and he's trying to go to work or something like that. And then this lorry, oil tanker, starts chasing him and starts trying to batter him off the road and that kind of thing. It's very good, really well made film, and the sound quality on this film is outstanding. The first opening scene starts on a black screen. So all you do is hear him get into his car, turn the car on, back the car out of the garage, and the first time you see light is when we come out of the garage and you start to see daylight. And I love films when they do that. So yes, Steven Spielberg's where are we? Duel, 1971 film, Duel. Now we've got a Jodie Foster film. Now this Blu-ray I actually worked on when I was at my job at Testronic Labs. So I got to see this before you lot did. But yes, it was a really good film, so I wanted to have it in my collection as well. And it is Flight Plan. So again, very simple concept. She's the lead designer on a new huge sort of jumbo plane. It's kind of the precursor. I'm guessing it's a concept plane that came out before the Airbus A380. So it's a double-decker plane basically. Obviously 747s have an upstairs, but it's only at the front, whereas this plane and the A380 are double-decker all the way back. But yes, she gets on the plane with her daughter, she falls asleep, she wakes up, her daughter's gone. Where's her daughter gone? And it kind of goes on from there. So really, really good film, very well executed. Simple concept. Now this is kind of a Japanese film in the sense that it takes place in Japan. I could be wrong, it may actually be China, but one of those two countries. I do apologize, but basically this woman in this film called The Forest, she goes to find her sister, and it takes her to this forest where basically people go to commit suicide. And she's pretty sure that her sister wouldn't do that. And it's actually a pretty scary film, I have to say. It's very well made. Yes, it's quite a bit of the woods that we see, so it's not like completely in a single location or anything. But again, it's a very simple concept, and I think it's very well executed. So it's got a nice slipcover. This is on Icon. So there's quite a few films called The Forest, so make sure it's this one if you want to check it out, that is. So there we go, The Forest. So the last three. Now, this film is one of my films that I watched when I was unemployed that time, which I'm very slowly working my way towards. Those videos don't do great, but I do want to carry that on. I will try and get back into doing more videos, just not been in the mood of late, plain and simple. So I came home from work today, and it is Monday the 10th of February, and I thought, you know what, that's quite a good idea. I think I'll do that. So hey, I'm doing a video. Anyway, so this is from 1999, and it is called Lighthouse. So again, very simple concept. A prisoner ship or small boat kind of thing with prisoners on it gets stuck on the rocks, and they end up in the lighthouse, and all sorts of things go on. It actually has the guy in it who plays the Rancor keeper in Star Wars Return of the Jedi. So it was very cool to see him in a different film. No Rancor, I'm afraid. But yeah, so there we go, Lighthouse from 1999. Then this recently came out on 88 Films, and it's one of their new lines that they keep introducing. So we've got the Tigon collection, we've got the Slasher collection, we've got the Italian collection, we've got the Asia collection, and then there's this Planet something. Put your glasses on, Trev, and then you'll be able to see what you're trying to read, won't you? Yes, Planet Film Productions. And it is Night of the Big Heat. So this takes place over quite a wide area. But it's on a small island. So there's your single location. It's on a small island. It's not on the mainland. But obviously there's farms, there's fields, there's roads and things involved in different houses. But nonetheless, it's a relatively single location. It's a very, very simple concept. They just spend the entire time. They've been sprayed, obviously, with something that will show up well on camera as sweat. And I understand, because I watched a bonus thing, that it was actually cold when they made this. It wasn't summer, so it wasn't hot. But yes, very simple concept. I thought it was well executed. Yes, it does have Peter Cushing and Christopher Lee. Peter Cushing, and who is this? Patrick Allen. Yes, there's Patrick Allen. And again, this is the film that sort of sparked off this idea. I thought, you know, that was a really simple concept, and I really enjoyed it. So you don't have to have a massive budget to do all these things. You can do really good films without a big budget. So this one, the last one, takes place in a phone booth. So what a great concept. I mean, so he thinks he's a hot shot. He's sort of trying to be an agent to the stars and that kind of thing. And he's got a young lad with him that is kind of his apprentice, and he's trying to help him. But he just spends his time lying all the time, you know. He's making it up. His wristwatch is cheap. It's not real or that kind of thing. His suit is actually cheap and that kind of stuff. And he's cheating on his wife and that kind of thing. But essentially, the whole film takes place in a phone booth in New York. And very simple concept, but very, very well executed, and a brilliant film. Good cast. Obviously, you've got Forest Whitaker, Kiefer Sutherland, and Colin Farrell, isn't it? Yes. But yeah, great film. So there you go. There is, let's get them all up. 10 films that are simple concepts and but are well executed and pretty good fun to watch. So let me know how many of them you've seen. Let me know if there's any you're going to check out. And so Phone Booth was from 2002, because I forgot to do this bit. Night at the Big Heat was from 1967, so that's the oldest film on the list. The Forest was from 2016, and I think I said Lighthouse was from 1999. So Flight Plan is from 2005. So Duel, as I said, 1971. Cage, 2017. 10 Cloverfield Lane is 2016, and Cross of Honor, I forgot to find out what the date, the year was. Never mind. Anyway, if you like that, which I hope you did, please give me a thumbs up. The more interaction I get from you guys, the more I will be encouraged to do videos. You know, I've got my lovely core fans, people, viewers that always comment and always message and put likes and things on the videos. But I know there's more of you out there, so I need to get more interaction from you. This channel's for you, so if you don't interact with me, then why am I going to bother doing it, if you see what I mean? Anyway, don't want to ramble on, so I say take it easy.